Very good morning, Vivites. Very good morning, Mr. Ajay Kumar, Ansi D'Souza, Mr. Monjit, Mr. Migom, Harish Kumar. A very good morning to all the Vivites. A wonderful Saturday morning. Good morning, Ms. Shobha, Jitendra Kumar, Avish, Tejesh. A very good morning, Mr. Milind, Rajkumar, Anahu, Anshu, Ranjita, Harish Kumar, Kanti Suvarna. A very good morning to all the Vivites. A very good morning to Mr. Rangareddy, Mr. Raj Kumar, Mr. Ravi Kumar. Welcome you all to this fabulous Facebook Live series, which is a continuous Facebook Live series called Ask Your Doctor. This is a wonderful Saturday, and we shall name this Saturday as the iSlim Day. Let us all name this Saturday as iSlim Day, my dear friends. I hope everybody is keeping well. So, a very good morning, Mr. Sunil, Mr. Rajkumar, Mr. Sharma, Neelima, Mr. Shravan, Mr. Vijay Kumar, Mr. Gaurav. I hope my voice and video are visible and audible and clear to everyone. A very good morning to all Vivites again. So a very good morning, Mr. Nageshwar Rao, Mr. Rajshekar, Gladleen, Varsha Dikshit, Mr. Vemareddy, Vandana. A very good morning to all the Vivites again. I hope my audio is clear and the video is clear as well. So please just give me a thumb if my audio and video are clear. I hope it is clear. A very good morning, Mr. Kolluri Lalubai, J. Shobha. A very good morning to all the enthusiastic Vivites, and welcome you all to this wonderful iSlim Flat Tummy session of the Facebook Live series. So we shall name this wonderful Saturday as the iSlim Flat Tummies Day. So very good morning again to Mr. Kamlesh, Mr. Jamala Puri. A very good morning to Ms. Vandana, Gaurav Sharma, Mr. Uday, Madhu Raghavan. I welcome you all once again to this wonderful Saturday. A very good continuous Facebook Live series on our awesome wellness products of Indus Viva. I welcome one and all again. Well, as I've told you, this is a wonderful Saturday. We shall name this as the iSlim Flat Tummies Day. So, as I've been previously telling as well, I'm speaking about a short topic on the iSlim Flat Tummies, which is relevant to this current scenario. So, you can in fact shoot me your questions immediately as I start my topic now. I shall end my topic by 5 or 6 minutes from now. So once I end my topic, I'll be able to collect your questions and answer your questions as well later on. So well, as previously promised, my dear friends, the questions which were left unanswered last week will be taken up first, followed by the new questions that arise today will be taken up next. I hope you understood. Well, my dear friends, if someone is not able to watch this live, please do send them the link of this particular Facebook Live, share them on your home pages and wherever else on the social media so that it reaches each and every customer and the distributor of Indus Viva. So let us start this wonderful session, a wonderful Saturday on iSlim Flat Tummies Bar. I hope the last time when I met you on iSlim Flat Tummies Bar. It was on a Wednesday, and probably as everyone knows that Wednesday is a KYP. So the Wednesday's iSlim session is actually postponed to a Saturday. So each and every Saturday will be a Facebook Live session on iSlim Flat Tummies Bar, my dear friends. Well, going ahead with this. So as I've previously I told in one of my the last sessions of Facebook Live on iSlim Flat Tummies Bar, I in fact talked about the synergistic combination of herbal extracts or botanical ingredients which are present in iSlim Flat Tummies Bar. So which included the Coleus forscoli, the Sesamum indicum and the Salacia reticulata. Well, my dear friends, today I am in fact going to talk about the next set of ingredients which are present in the iSlim Flat Tummies Bar. So before I go into the session, so let me take through some of the current scenarios which is pertinent or which is pertaining to our obesity and the overweight topic as well, which is very important for everybody to know as a promotional strategy so far as the iSlim Flat Tummies Bar are concerned. Well, as everyone knows that this is a very, very important, crucial COVID-19 lockdown period. Well, why obesity is a risk factor for severe COVID-19 symptoms? This is very important. Your first and major promotional tool for selling iSlim Flat Tummies Bar, which is relevant to the present scenario, is to correlate the concept of obesity and its complications in case of COVID-19 situations. This is what everybody needs to think about, my dear friends. So the first and the foremost thing what I want to tell you here is a recent report which was actually provided by Center for Disease Control. It is called as CDC, Centers for Disease Control. They have clearly told that prevention of this disease is very important rather than curing the disease, as everybody of us know this today actually. There is no vaccine or medicine for this particular condition, and prevention is always better than cure in this particular disease, my dear friends. Well, while it's too early in this pandemic to have any strong data to support this, it is always logical to think that in many patients with obesity, especially severe obesity with a body mass index over 35 to 40, will have other obesity related health conditions, and this could be associated with a more severe course of illness with COVID-19. I hope you got my point. People with BMI more than 30, 35, 40, they are considered to be highly obese, my dear friends. They are called as critically and chronically obese. Such symptoms are actually waiting, they are in a waiting list right now. Whenever the virus is there, these symptoms also associate with them and automatically create an atmosphere for the virus to cause more and more damage inside the human body, and ultimately the human body will succumb to all kinds of conditions, my dear friends. I hope you understood my point. For example, if I have to tell you, respiratory function in patients with obesity can be compromised from asthma, lung disease or obstructive sleep apnea, which means that obesity, suppose if someone is having overweight and chronically obese, their respiratory function is normally impaired. See, they are not able to even climb the stairs, my dear friends. Suppose if they are able to climb around 10 or 12 stairs, they will be gasping for breath. So their respiratory rate will be chronically increased. See, these are actually the setbacks for them so far as the coronavirus condition is concerned, my dear friends, because this is exactly called as the opportunistic conditions. The virus is actually looking for opportunities inside the human body. Whenever it gets a wonderful opportunity, it comes and attacks you. This is exactly called as opportunistic conditions, my dear friends. Why I am telling you this is, once you develop your immunity to the core by using our wonderful immune booster products, ultimately your immunity can be supported well, so that you will not be leading to any kind of opportunistic infections in future. So your body will not be open to opportunities. This is very important, my dear friends. This is what wellness supplements is all about. I hope you got my point. Similarly, people with obesity are always prone to cardiovascular disease. They are always prone to heart diseases, my dear friends. What exactly will happen is, people with high obesity, chronically obese, their heart rate, their heart muscles will become weak. The heart rate will be impaired. The blood pressure will be impaired, because of which these are all the opportunities the body is creating for the virus to come and affect you, my dear friends. This is what is exactly called as opportunity, inviting the opportunities. So this is how the coronavirus is actually affecting the human bodies, and please don't allow anybody to become obese or gain more weight, because we have an advantage with us. That is what we have, the iSlim flat tummy's bar with us, which can definitely provide frontline immune boosting action to the human body, and ultimately immune boosters can help you, to prevent or protect from any kind of a dreadful disease or a condition in future, my dear vivites. So this is what exactly I had to tell you about the COVID-19 and obesity. Whenever the correlation is done, these are some of the correlations which you have to do in order to market the product in a very good way, my dear friends. Well, going ahead, in general, patients with severe obesity are a more challenging population in intensive care setting also. Suppose if someone knows about what is exactly happening inside an isolation, I'm not talking about quarantine, I'm actually talking about isolation in a hospital. Especially the chronically obese patients in the intensive care units are really struggling very badly, my dear friends. You don't know this. If you have seen this, you understand this. This is a very dangerous era. That is the reason why even after the lockdown is over, even post COVID for that matter, there might be any number of viruses in the world. Actually something else will come down. So whenever your bodies are, having very good immunity and it is free from obesity and overweight, automatically your bodies can be protected from any kind of a novel viruses or bacteria, the new viruses or bacteria which can affect us in the future, the years as well as the generations as well, my dear friends. Well, going ahead, the one of the other important things I wanted to tell you here is there was an article which was published in the International Food Policy Research Institute, IFPRA, which is a Government of India institute, and it's also associated with the international institutes. Actually, they clearly have explained about the relationship between obesity and COVID-19. See, I'll tell you what exactly the article says about. Obesity always impairs your innate immunity. Suppose if someone has listened to my Facebook live yesterday night for the US Vivites, so there is something called as innate immunity, which even the New York Times, the prestigious New York Times, has commented on this particular thing. Whenever you develop very good innate immunity, automatically your body can be protected from all kinds of viral diseases. Well, what exactly happens here is obesity actually destroys your innate immunity. Whenever your innate immunity is destroyed, my dear friends, automatically your body will succumb to all kinds of diseases in the future. That is how obesity can lead to a lot of complications. So by giving iSlim bar, you are not only controlling or managing obesity, but you're also protecting the body by providing it immunity so that it doesn't suffer from any kind of a disease in future, my dear friends. I hope you got my point. This is how the promotional activity for this particular product has to be done, which is very relevant to the current scenario, my dear vivites. I hope you understood this point. Well, going ahead, obesity is also linked to serious coronavirus illness even in younger patients. This is also a very important thing. I'm not talking about older patients. Even in young generation, obesity is actually causing severe problems, not only in coronavirus cases, but also in other kinds of diseases also, my dear friends. Well, as I've told you, the BMI is one of the important things that you have to note down. You can clearly tell during this period that anyone who is having a BMI of 30, 35 or 40, they are called as chronically they are obese. And these are the people, even younger generation, I am telling you, are prone to a lot of secondary infections in future, which might include a viral disease, a bacterial disease, or a cardiac arrest, or a kidney disease, or diabetes. Anything can happen when this chronically obese conditions occur in the human body, my friends. I hope you got my point. So the other important article I wanted to stress you here is it was published in the magazine called as the Tribune. The Tribune is one of the famous magazines. It was published on 29th of May, which was yesterday, 2020. So age, men, obesity and underlying risk factors for COVID-19. Again, I want to reiterate this point. Age, men, obesity and underlying risk factors. They have talked about four important points. Age is one thing. See, nowadays also, if you have correctly seen the statistics of this particular disease, older population are more succumbing to this disease actually, whereas the younger population are usually recovering from the disease at a very fast pace. So what exactly happens is the younger population and the older population is very vulnerable. Even though both the populations are very vulnerable, always the older populations are more vulnerable as compared to the younger generation. So this is how the statistics of the disease is. But Even if younger generation is highly prone with obesity or chronic obesity, they can also succumb to the disease, my dear friends. This is very important. The second thing I wanted to emphasize here was men to women ratio. I think I've told this in one of my Facebook live series, in one of the other articles, but I want to repeat this again. Men are more prone to coronavirus conditions compared to the women, as some of the articles have told. I am not telling this, some of the articles have published this. This is because women contain a hormone called as estrogen, which itself is a very good antibacterial and antiviral substance. It is a very good antioxidant substance as well. That is the reason why when you see the graphs, men are more affected as compared to the women, my dear friends. This is also a very important thing. Similarly, underlying risk factors. Suppose if someone is having severe diabetes, someone is having severe obesity, someone is having severe kidney issues, they are also succumbing to the disease, my dear friends. This is how the pandemic is actually increasing in the world. It is not just because of droplet infections, my dear friends. It is also because of the underlying factors like obesity. Definitely, if obesity is controlled, automatically you are preventing other kinds of viral complications in future, my dear friends. I hope now you have got a promotional tool in your hands to sell this product, this wonderful product, iSlim Flat Tummies Bar. I hope you got this point. Well, going ahead, as I previously promised you, the last FB Live on iSlim Bar, I've spoken about the synergistic botanical extracts, which are nothing but the Coleus force coli, the Salacia reticulata, and Sesama indicum, which are the patented herbal extracts what we have in the bar. The second important ingredient what I am trying to talk about here is called as the fibers. This is very important. Please have a very good, you can get a very good knowledge about what exactly the fibers in iSlim bar is actually doing. And this also becomes a very good marketing tool for you, because fibers, none of us for that matter in the Indian diet, we don't eat fibers at all. You might be knowing this, because fibers, vegetables are rich with fibers actually, but none of us eat good vegetables. We are not getting good vegetables. Good organic vegetables are not available in the market. Even if it is available, because of the very bad taste of the fibers, the non-palatability of the fibers, you are not able to ingest the fibers. That is the reason why the human body, especially in Indian scenario, is not getting enough fibers in the diet. That is the reason why, while formulating the iSlim Flat Tummies Bar, we have included natural fibers in the iSlim Bar, which is very important for detoxification process, my dear friends. This is very important. This is important for detoxification process. See, in iSlim Bar, there are two important fibers. The first is called as the oats fiber. The second is called as the ragi fibers. The first is oats. The second is ragi. So when I talk about a fiber, fiber is a type of carbohydrate that the body cannot digest. Though most carbohydrates are broken down into sugar molecules, cannot be broken down into sugar molecules, and instead it passes through the body undigested. Fiber helps regulate the body's use of sugars, helping to keep hunger and blood sugar in check. Please understand the last statement here. Fiber always helps to keep hunger and blood sugar in check. So you got the point now. The iSlim bar contains fibers which actually checks your hunger. Whenever your hunger is reduced, whenever your appetite is reduced, you will not have a craving for eating more food. Automatically your weight reduces, my friends. This is what is exactly the importance of fiber is. So there are two different types of fibers if I have to talk about. The first is called as a soluble fiber. For example, your inulin, your fenugreek or methi, arrowroot, all these things are soluble fibers. There are insoluble fibers also. For example, they are starch and cellulose. These are insoluble fibers. So, coming to the first fiber of our product, it is called as the oats fibers. Normally, everybody knows about the oats. Some of you might be consuming the oats on a daily basis also. Well, oats is actually scientifically identified as Avena sativa. That is exactly called as oats. Whenever you see the oats, so the calories usually include around 389. It has around 7 grams of fat and high in fiber. It also contains some of the elements like potassium. It also has a lot of dietary fiber, protein, iron, vitamin B6, magnesium and calcium. These are actually the attributes of Avena sativa, otherwise called as oats fibers. So, oats, when you see the concept of oats, what is the health benefits of using oats in the product? I'll tell you one thing, my dear friends here. Oats are naturally processed 100% with no preservatives and no additives. They are uncomplicated real food that nourishes without any preservatives or undesirable additives in it. So, oats is actually a very good product with high soluble fiber. Everybody has to know this. Oats contains high soluble fibers. It is good for weight loss. It is actually good for weight loss. It is high in protein. It is also having more antioxidants. It controls blood sugars. It reduces your bad cholesterol. It is good for your heart. It is a natural laxative. Why I'm stopping at this point is most of you have complained that after the consumption of iSlim flat tummies bar, we are having a lot of loose motions, sir. This is exactly called as the detoxification process, my dear friends. So detoxification process, whenever the detoxification process happens in the human body, automatically the loose motions happen. It is a process of throwing out the toxins out of your body, which the fibers are doing, my dear friends. This is how the fibers help you. That is why it is a natural laxative. It also reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes. It controls blood pressure. It boosts the nutrition. It is rich in minerals. It reduces the risk of asthma in children, and it also helps in athletic performance. It prevents cancer, and it is also helpful for general health and longevity. These are all the attributes of oats fibers, my dear friends. So the next thing which I am going to talk to you about here is regarding another important fiber that we have, which is called as the ragi. Probably if you are staying in some of the South Indian states like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh, you might be knowing about this wonderful cereal called as ragi. Ragi in English is called as finger millets or field millets. These are just like your mustard seeds but red in color. It is somewhat reddish or maroonish in color. Ragi is a very important ingredient, which is a fibrous ingredient, which we are using it in iSlim bar. Ragi is a very good source of fiber, carbohydrate, vitamins. It is also a source of iron. It is also a source of protein and calcium, my dear friends. So, what are the health benefits of ragi in this particular iSlim bar? If I have to talk to you about this, the first health benefit of ragi is always helps in weight loss. Very important, it helps in weight loss. The second thing, it controls diabetes, it reduces cholesterol, it aids in relaxation, it treats anemia. Anemia is nothing but the hemoglobin count which is reduced in the blood. It also helps in digestion. So it increases lactation in case of breastfeeding mothers. It also retards the skin aging. It increases the bone strength. It is also a good source of protein and amino acids. See how many benefits of oats and ragi is actually there in our wonderful product iSlim Flat Tummies Bar. So as I have told you, what is the major function of fibers? Fibers are always required for detoxification, my friends. Whenever the detoxification happens in your body, all the toxins are eliminated out of your body in the form of loose motions. Don't have to worry if a person is having loose motions after consuming the iSlim bar. Consume a lot of water, at least 2.5 to 3 liters of water on a daily basis, so that all the toxins are flushed out of the human body and automatically the detoxification process happens, my friends. So going ahead, iSlim Flat Tummies Bar, the best time to consume iSlim Flat Tummies Bar is better by the night, by skipping your dinner. One can have a light meal by 7 p.m. and they can consume iSlim Flat Tummies Bar by 9 p.m. in the night, so that the best of the best detoxification happens and it helps in effective weight management, my dear friends. And you can safely give iSlim bar to a person suffering from diabetes. You can give it to a person suffering from blood pressure, either it is low blood pressure or high blood pressure. You can also give it during the pregnancy, during the first 6 months of pregnancy, and after the pregnancy, after the childbirth, during the process of lactation also. The first month you can stop it. The second month onwards you can start with the iSlim bar. You can give it in conditions of thyroid issues. You can give it in cases of heart issues. You can give it in psychiatric problems and also in cases of skin problems, my dear friends. I hope you have got the short topic of the importance of fibers in iSlim Flat Tummies Bar. So I hope you've understood this particular fiber concept. This is a very important promotional tool. I'd like to repeat these statements again. There are two important promotional tools I have told you today. The first thing is always try to correlate the concept of obesity as an underlying condition to COVID-19, because that is actually present, that is actually a truth. The second thing is the importance of fibers and its role in weight management, especially by the use of oats and ragi fibers, my dear friends. I hope you got this point. Thanks for your patient listening. So as I've promised you, So initially I'll be taking up the last week's questions followed by this quiz questions also. So today my colleague Miss Sangeeta has collected the questions. So I'll be taking your questions initially. So the last week's questions. So the first question that I'm actually seeing here is after consuming iSlim, I'm feeling more hunger, unable to control. Please suggest. See, this is also one important thing that everyone has to know. Normally, what happens during the initial days of the consumption of iSlim bar, what exactly happens is you would have stopped eating your regular meal and you would have just consumed an iSlim bar. It is actually a mental perception, a psychological perception. The body actually starts craving for food. And my dear friends, I want to tell you this. Suppose if you are feeling hungry, always supplement with some of the fruit juices or liquid items and not solid items. If you consume some of the solid items like the protein items, there might be chances of weight gain, my dear friends, not weight loss. I hope you got my point. The second question that I'm taking here, can iSlim help in PCOD who are having overweight? Very good question. Definitely, because PCOD, the polycystic ovarian disease, is always connected to diabetes and weight gain. Definitely, iSlim flat tummies bar can be used as a general health supplement, a weight management supplement in conditions of PCOD in order to retard the weight gain. So the third question that I am seeing here is iSlim can be consumed with overweight with gynec problem. The same thing, the PCOD is also a gynecological issue. Similar kind of gynecological issues also, iSlim bar can be safely consumed. The fourth question that I am taking here is there any complication of taking iSlim bar for weight loss during pregnancy and how to consume for pregnant women? See, as I have previously told you here, again I want to repeat this point. During pregnancy for the first 6 months, one can definitely consume iSlim bar very safely. But normally after the second trimester is over, during the third trimester, that is after the 6 months, it is always suggested not to consume because we do not want to interfere with the nature. So because that is actually the time when the vital organs of the fetus is actually growing. So we don't want to disturb the nature. So normally no other supplement should also be given after the second trimester. So better to avoid it. But during the lactation process, as I've told you, from the first month you should not give it. From second month onwards, you can give the iSlim flat tummies bar to the lactating mother. So the next question that I'm taking here is how many bars should be consumed daily for a person who is having 100 kgs weight? This is also important. So 100 kgs is actually called as critically overweight and obese. It is not a normal overweight and obesity. It is critically overweight and obese. In such conditions, what I would like to suggest you is definitely you can consume 2 bars in a day, one in the morning and one in the night, but skip the meal only once in a day. Either it is in the morning or in the night, skip the meal only once in a day, but not twice a day, my dear friends. So the next question that I am taking here is, can I have light snacks before consuming iSlim at 9 p.m.? Very important question, and you have an answer there itself in the question. Please consume your light meal by 7 p.m. in the evening and consume the iSlim flat tummies bar by 9 p.m. in the night. So that is what the exact step of iSlim, so exact process of consuming iSlim bar is. I hope you got this point, my dear friends. So the next question that I am taking here is from today's questions. So I think I have completed the last week's questions. Regarding the today's questions now, sir, some people said that after consuming iSlim, their weight is increased and even they followed all instructions and diet chart, walking and drinking water. A very good question again. See, that's what I told you. Whenever you are consuming iSlim bar, always try to avoid eating proteinaceous food, especially the non-vegetarian items which are containing high proteins. Whenever the protein levels are more in the body and you try to eat a bar, there is augmentation of this protein inside the body which can lead to weight gain. Always I would suggest to consume more and more liquid items like water and other fruit juices rather than consuming carbohydrate rich and protein rich items which can definitely add on to the weight. I hope my point is clear, my dear friends. Always do a bit of exercising and consume more and more water rather than consuming more solid food. It might be a light snack also, but it should not be a solid food there. Then it can add on to the weight. Whenever you cut down on your protein and carbohydrate diet, automatically your weight loss happens. So the next question again, someone is asking about the pregnant woman. I think I have answered this. So can we use iPulse, iSlim and iGlow together? Absolutely yes, my dear friends. You can use all the products together. That is why we call our Indus Viva products as frontline immune boosters and we also call a concept of wellness basket. It is a basket with all wellness products, so that each and every person has to consume all the products in a day in order to keep himself or herself away from all kinds of diseases and disorders. Definitely you can consume, but always keep in mind to have a gap of at least half an hour between each and every product, so that your body can also acclimatize or adapt for consuming or absorbing, for the absorption of these products as well. So the last question of the day that I'm taking here, it is clearly, the question goes something like this: how much quantity of citrus fruits makes it difference if it is taken with iSlim? Can we expect more weight loss if we eat citrus fruits with iSlim? A very good question again. I want to repeat this question for the benefit of all. If we take citrus fruits along with iSlim, what is actually the advantage? This is a question. So I'll tell you, my dear friends, citrus fruits, it might be your oranges, your lemon, or whatever it is. These are all the citrus fruits. There is one of the important chemical constituent which is present in the citrus fruits called as synephrine. I'm again repeating this. This is called as synephrine. So synephrine itself is a very good weight management ingredient by itself. But overconsumption of citric fruits will increase the acidity inside your body, leading to severe gastric irritation, gastritis, or acidity as such. So you have to use the citrus fruits in limited quantities. Don't use them in high quantities. Definitely you can have a glass of lemon juice or 2 glasses of lemon juice, or eat 1 or 2 or 3 of oranges, no issues. But don't eat around 10 or 15 oranges. Don't drink about 15 to 20 glasses of lemon juice. So that will not help out. That will add on to the acidity. But drinking 1 or 2 glasses maximum of lemon juice, or even eating 1 or 2 or maximum 3 of oranges, can definitely help you reduce the weight along with the use of iSlim flat tummies bar, my dear friends. I hope you got my answer. So thank you, Vivites, for your patient listening. So this was all about the second ingredient of iSlim bar, which was about the fibers. I hope you have got the knowledge about the fibers, and a very good promotional tool for you in the market to talk about the fibers and then sell the products. So thanks again for all your patient listening. So this is Dr. Balu Kolar, Head of Product Development and Training, speaking to you live from the Viva Tower, Indus Viva Health Sciences Private Limited office at Bangalore. Thank you very much. I am signing off. Have a nice weekend ahead. Thank you. Bye.